Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I got a very interesting idea. I was thinking, with the market being in this really bad shape and me recently reading Peter Lynch's One Up on Wall Street. I was, by the way, fantastic book, really recommend it. If you have Audible, it takes a few hours to listen to. Definitely one of the best time investments that you will ever make. So I was thinking, how would he be thinking about some of the awesome names that I'm very interested in? And would he be buying Netflix now? Would he be buying Tesla now? And would he be buying Palantir? And what would he be thinking about Palantir? So if you like this content, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and you press the like button. And yeah, I want to walk you through these three companies and let you know what I think. Of course, these are just my thoughts. It's not investment advice. And let me know in the comments what you are thinking about these companies. So we are going to take the first one, Netflix, because I know most of you are here for Palantir, so we're going to save the best for the last. So Netflix is a very interesting company. I actually made a full valuation on the company. You can get this table on our Patreon. It's the first link down in the description. It's $5 a month if you want to support the channel. The reason why Netflix is very interesting is because it's a fantastic company. I believe that there's so many people trashing on the company now that the stock price is falling. It's so funny. You know, somehow people associate the stock price, even Peter Lynch talks about this, with the company. And for example, you take Cathie Woods, and when her investments was going really good and ARK was going up, then she was a hero investor. And now that the stock price is going down, now she's suddenly a very shitty investor. And it's the same strategy, the same consistent lady. And it's somehow the same with Netflix, that, you know, like when the stock price was going up, then, oh, this was the best investment and the best innovative company in the NASDAQ. And I remember before Tesla was the big thing, Netflix was the best stock on the planet. And now that the stock price is falling out, suddenly everybody seems to come out and, yes, we knew it, and they suck at this and they suck at that. And I think that people are really missing this. I think that they have a lot of levers to pull. I think people are really missing the point that they became a production company and they have had several hit films. I mean, Squid Games, I don't need to list them off. I'm sure that you know Netflix hit films, right? And as they grow the subscribers, if they would grow from 200 million to 400 million, they wouldn't need to double their production costs and they wouldn't need to produce double as many movies. So I think that they're insanely scalable. They already have a very high profit margin. Yes, they do have a slowdown. And the moment they fix this slowdown, they will be a shining company. And the truth is that in this valuation, I did with 10% growth per year on income. And I made with them not increasing the profit margin, which is a very conservative calculation, because even management is guiding that the operating margin is going to increase. They are saying that this year the revenue is going to grow, I believe, by 9%, but they're going to accelerate it, you know, way faster as soon as they introduce, you know, an advertising, like a lower cost tier where, you know, they do advertising, and as soon as they tackle the password sharing problem, because apparently like there's 200 million paid subscription, but there's, don't quote me on this, but like 80 million households only in the US who just share the passwords and are already using Netflix, but they're not paying for it. So huge potential. However, Peter Lynch would not like this company because they have not turned around yet. So this was actually very interesting for me to realize. By the way, I just want to show that based on this very pessimistic calculation, in 2025 with a 25 PE, obviously I'm supposing that they have solved the problem and they are, you know, growing again. That's the only way that they can have the 25 PE. Their stock price would be $470, and you would get a 30% compounded annual return if the price was at $164. Currently, the stock price is 181, and I believe it was a few days ago, it was this, yeah, somewhere here, it was this target price. This is when I would be very interested. However, Peter Lynch in the, you know, One Up on Wall Street book talked about that the way that you can have an advantage over Wall Street is that the analysts somehow don't want to take bets, and for somehow, if they lose money in Apple and Tesla, they will not lose their jobs, and they feel very safe doing that. But if they do something new and something innovative like Cathy Woods, and it doesn't go well, then they will definitely lose their jobs, right? And he said that, for example, if you're a Goodyear, or you have a tire company, and suddenly you see that everybody's taking Goodyear, and the inventory is very low, and it's really going good for the product, and you look at the company on the stock market and there's not a lot of analysts talking about it, then it's a very, very good time to buy. And basically Netflix, it's a very intriguing company. They came down to very sexy valuation, but they're still in trouble. They didn't turn the ship around yet. And I feel that for this reason, Peter Lynch would not like this stock. However, I'm no Peter Lynch and I'm no Warren Buffett, but the valuation has come down to such low levels that I don't know how much lower the price can go before it gets an insane risk-reward ratio. But in any case, so I might be buying Netflix here. Now let's go on to Tesla. So what would Peter Lynch think about Tesla? So I, for some reason, lost my Tesla valuation from my computer and I can't get it back right now. However, Tesla is a very, very good company, needless to say, at a very, very low, I would say, attractive valuation if you believe that they are able to grow their car production and they are going to come out with FSD. And I think that this is something that is pressing down the stock price is historically, and Peter Lynch is very clear about this, that you need to know what kind of stock that you own. And there is cyclical stocks. And he specifically mentions that, for example, automakers, they do fantastic on up cycles, but they almost always go bankrupt on down cycles. Airlines are similar. And the thing is that Tesla has been on this insane growth trajectory. And we know that I think they're sold out for more than a year ahead. However, if the Fed is really, really raising interest rates and the economy really, really puts on the brakes, is there going to be demand on the planet for 3 million more, because they're already selling 1.5 million? Is there going to be really demand and money out there for selling 4.5 million, 60,000 or 50,000 average cost, average ASP cars, And that is something that worries me, However, over the long term, so this is, let's say this is a worry in the next 2-3 years, but over the long term, if you believe that Tesla is going to make the full self-driving, then it's a fantastic company because you can actually be part of many, many S-curves. Peter Lynch loves the S-curves and he wants you to, get in somewhere here on the S-curve and ride it all the way to the top. And the thing is that Tesla is somewhere here on the EVs. They're at the very beginning of FSD and robotaxi. They're even more at the beginning of energy, and then they just started on the AI robots. So this company could be a company that if you're willing to tolerate risk, you can buy now, put it in a drawer for the next 20 years, and who knows what you find there. Maybe generational wealth generation in this time. The next stock is Palantir. This is my favorite. If you watch this channel, then you know that I'm all in on Palantir currently. I am sending more money out to the stock market, trying to find money any way that I can. And obviously I got this question. So would Peter Lynch like this stock? So he would like this stock for many points. He would really like that it's very little analysts covering this stock. So that means that Wall Street has not discovered this stock. He would love that there is a very small institutional ownership, which again also means that Wall Street has not found the stock. He would love how high growth they are. They are at the, somewhere at the beginning or on their S-curve because, they have this very big growth trajectory. Let me pull up my valuation. So here's my valuation, which by the way, you can access $5 a month on Palantir if you want to support the channel and play around with these numbers. So as you can see, I calculated with 30% year-over-year growth up to 2030. Obviously, I'm very sure that they can keep it up to 2025, and then I will reevaluate as we get closer if they can keep it to 2030. I am calculating with a 3% stock dilution, and funny enough, no, I did fix it. I actually had a higher dilution number than they actually had because their stock dilution is actually normalizing. And I counted with a 25% operating margin. Historically, they have done better, but they guided for a lower number in the next quarter. And I do believe this is very temporary, but I still want it to be very pessimistic. And even with this calculation, I got that in 2025, the stock price will be $27. And if I would like to have a 30% return, the price would have to be at $9.34. And basically, this stock is the one that has, out of all the three stocks and out of all the stocks that I've analyzed on the stock market, it has the best risk reward for many reasons. One of them is that, for example, Netflix has to turn around, the company, and you're betting on that they will turn around the company. Tesla has been a fantastic company, but you're basically betting on that, there's not going to be a recession, and even if there is a recession, it doesn't affect them, and that they're coming out with newer and newer products, right? On Palantir, all you need is they just continue doing what they have been doing. That's it. Like, they don't need to change anything. They just need to continue. They don't even really need to come out with new products. They don't need to, obviously they need to tweak and, change a little bit, but I mean that they don't need to go into a new business like Tesla, that they go from cars to AI robots. And this takes out a lot of risk. However, Peter Lynch would not like this company. He would probably not invest in Palantir. And that is for the reason that they're very hard to understand as in what they do. Peter Lynch has a super big point on that you need to understand what the company does. You need to like what the company does. And I wish and I hope that Palantir is going to change this and they're going to explain better what they do. But this doesn't stop me from investing into Palantir. I still think that in this market, it's a steal deal. It's the best risk reward. Obviously, no one knows what's going to happen in the future, but I don't see any better investment right now. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with me? Would you buy these stocks? What do you think about Netflix? I think that's my most controversial bet. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.